What's up everybody? Do we have a ghetto rigged video for you today? If you guys don't know, I moved across the country. And while I'm in my new apartment, none of my stuff is. So no anything, no computer, no microphone, no webcam, no anything. So I'm literally recording one iPad with another iPad, making a video for you guys. Just I wanted to do an extra video. I was like, we got these monster skill balancings. Let's do a video, man, even if it's ghetto. Even if it's ghetto, I wanted to bring something. Alright, so let's see what we... So apologies for the crappy quality, but we're doing it up anyway. So let's see what we have. We just got this out. We have... It's a bunch of skill balancings. Let's try to do this quick, actually. Let's try... Too long, didn't read. Alright, Fire Chimera Collapse Skill Improvement. Basically, after you use the Collapse for the Fire Chimera, they're giving you it's basically a 30% chance to revenge, but you revenge with the Collapse skill. So it's double, it's like a two revenge sets on the monster, basically. But you don't revenge with the first skill, you revenge with the Collapse skill. Which is kind of nice, especially because he's a tank, he needs to take a lot of hits to kill him. And revenging on top of that is beautiful. We have the Fire Dragon Knight. Similar, they buffed him similar. He used to, when you attacked into him, he would stun the attacker potentially. Now he's going to revenge on top of that. So both of these Fire Nat 5s are getting basically built-in revenges. Alright, so we could just see that there, that it's basically what we said. What's next? We have the Wind Panda Warrior. Winds and Clouds passive. Instead of increasing the attack bar by 30%, it's now going to be 20%. Some people were complaining that 30% was too OP. So, even though I haven't really had a problem with that, just because the monsters that I use to attack into the Wind Panda teams, I use like Katarina and Kali, and I don't really worry about that too much. But apparently some people were having... It was enough of a problem that they had to nerf it. So that's actually a nerf to that. The Wind Fairy King. Alright, next to the Wind Fairy King. This is a big one. I love this one. Resets the... this used to reset the skills, put the skills on max cooldown, and put the enemy's attack bar to 0. Now, we're still doing that to the one monster, but then all the other monsters, it's an AoE that does the attack bar to 0. Which is crazy! It's like, think about Wuchi, Varad, Poseidon, things like that, that decrease the attack gauge that much. It's awesome. Awesome. It is gorgeous. So congratulations to everyone that has the Wind Fairy King. I have him on my China server. Now I'm really happy about that one because that's a huge buff. AoE attack bar reduction to 0 is fantastic. It is so good. So good. So that's a huge buff to him. I think that's one of the bigger, it's like, it's not up here, right? But that's still one of the bigger buffs in this whole thing. Then we have the Water Desert Queen. Here's another huge one that I'm really excited about. Previously, this was attacks an enemy, provoke it for 2 turns, and then give you a shield. Now, it's going to increase the attack bar of all allies by 25% each, and also create a shield to absorb damage, and increases your attack power for 3 turns. So think about it, this is like Megan++. This is like a better version of Megan. Because we got the attack power, it's got the increase of the attack bar, increase attack power for 3 turns, and a shield. That is gorgeous. So, Water Desert Queen got a big buff too. I'm really excited about that. I don't have one. I wish I did now. I'm like, damn, I would use her instead of Megan now for a lot of these places. So I think basically everywhere I would use her instead of Megan now. I could think of maybe if I was bringing it into Arena, maybe I would use the Megan instead of the Water Desert Queen, but I think Water Desert Queen basically just, if you have her, you don't need Megan anymore. Let's see. Then we have the Water and Light Sky Dancer. So the Blade Fan was the second skill, I believe. Increase the attack bar of the ally according to the number... Oh, it was just a beneficial effect removal skill. We were using it in Dragon's B10. Now we're going to increase the attack bar in addition to removing beneficial effects. So it works a little bit better in Dragon's B10. Really, if you're going to use it for Raids, it's no change, right? No change. Polar Queen, Brutal Order, decreases skill cooldown on ally by 2 turns, decreases the skill cooldown on all allies by 2 turns. Okay. Let's see. So now it's modified so that the skill cooldown of Brutal Order is not decreased. Okay. So it's an AoE skill cooldown. I guess it was single target before, but now it is AoE, and it is not, it doesn't affect itself though. So similar to Jameer. If I'm reading that, I have not used her in so long. I'm sorry if I'm getting that wrong, but I have not used her in so long. Drunken Masters. Here's something interesting. Okay, the Drunken Masters, the Rolling Punch is their first skill, right? We're looking at the Drunken Masters now. It says additional effect ignores defense. At first glance, I was like, oh my god, that's OP, that's going to be huge. And then I was thinking about it, and I was like, it does say modified inflicted damage according to the ignore defense effect. So they nerfed the damage, because now it's going to ignore defense. So anytime that they modify it based on ignore defense, the damage is way lowered. But it's the first skill, it's not going to be anywhere near as strong as Kali, because you know I was thinking Violent Revenge, oh my god, full revenge, just gonna ignore defense first skill, that's so crazy OP. I don't think it's gonna do a huge amount of damage. I think it's just gonna ignore defense, but still for a little bit of damage. But it would be nice. Now I feel like this is gonna be a nice thing to take into, maybe we'll try it against like Veladril teams or tanky defense monsters. So I have one of those, but I'm curious to see how much damage that's going to do, because that is exciting. Anything that says it now ignores defense, anything that says that, it's like, okay, let's play with this a whole bunch. And we already have a water one with pretty good runes on them too. So we're going to have to see that. Time to build all of them now, damn. Anything that ignores defense, you know I love it. Then we have Drunken Kick, increases damage by 11%. That's not bad. 11% is good enough. That's like noteworthy. It's not like 5%. 11% is nice. Increases, okay, Water Seal Punch increases attack bar of the ally by 15%. We were already using him in Dragon's B10. That's just an additional benefit to sticking him in Dragon's B10. Now it's going to be more reliable if you're running a team with him in it. Which we already saw. It was not that bad. We could run him in Dragon's B10 fine. Just gotta make sure the other the other monsters in the team have synergy with him. Then we have what else? Drunken Master Fire Tiger Punch, inflicted damage. Okay. Wind Phoenix Kick. Let's try to do this a little faster. Now we're going to recover HP. Okay. And then what else? Light Drunken Master, you know, it's not as exciting as the ignore defense. That's the one that got me excited. Light Store Kick recovers your HP by 50%, is now recovers all by 20%, 25%, sorry. And a little bit more damage. And then the Dark One, Snake Punch, increases damage by 8%. Barbarous Kings. Okay, so what I see with the Barbarous Kings is the number of hits are decreased on a lot of these, which makes them better for things like the light the light rift beast. All right, so we have the wrathful attack. We have penalty, which is the first hit. It went from 2 hits to 1 hit. No change in damage. Then we have Water, Wind, Light, Wrathful Attack, which is the second hit, the second skill, increased damage. The Fire one, the Axe of Punishment, the Fire and the Dark one, is now, instead of the AoE stun, it's going to do a single target, which is going to do more damage now, since it's modified. So, I really think the Fire one is now going to be great for the Light Rift Beast. He's got a bigger chance of stunning the enemy too, but I think it's going to be good for the Light Rift Beast, since it's got less number of hits and bigger damage with single hits. What else? Confiscate, increased attack speed. And then there's a lot of increased attack speed. So the number of hits are decreased on all these. And then there's increased attack speed for the cooldown when these third skills are on cooldown. The Wind BK is a huge difference because you used to be able to use him with low crit rate and high crit damage and not even worry about the crit rate because it was already going to be buffed to 100%. But now it changes. Now it's going to attack and then also increases the attack power and attack speed of all allies for 2 turns, which is the same as Kali. Kali is the only other monster I believe that does attack power increase and attack speed increase. Off the top of my head, there could be another one that I'm forgetting, but Kali the Fire High Elemental is gonna be she's the other monster that has attack speed increase, attack power increase. So that could be something to use in Giants B10 now, because he's gonna do less number of hits, which is good. Still same amount of damage, less number of hits, which means Giant's going to counterattack less, so it's more reliable. And we have an AoE attack power buff, attack speed buff. So that might be a better monster. He was never bad for Giants B10, but might be better now for that. Confine, increase damage by 6%, increase attack speed, we already talked about that. Some of these bounty hunters, okay, Hour of Purification, let's see. What it used to be is removes the beneficial effect and increase your attack bar by 50% when it does that. Now it's just going to increase the attack bar by 50% whether it's successful or not. Nothing crazy. Water Ready to Ambush on the Water Bounty Hunter it used to be 1 cooldown turn more than Bernard for his attack gauge increase and attack speed buff. Now it's going to be the same as Bernard. So maybe we see the Water Bounty Hunter used a little bit more. Now you gotta kind of decide, like, ooh, am I gonna use Wayne the Water Bounty Hunter? Am I gonna use Bernard? Because Wayne's got that ignore defense. I don't know if he's gonna be built more, but the people that built him, maybe they stick him in instead of Bernard. I'm not entirely sure. That's the only buff to him that I see, though. Maybe it's not enough to do to go with him instead of Bernard, though. We'll see. We'll see. But I don't think he was ever bad. He just made his third skill. I think that this was a long time coming, though. I think this should have been done a long time ago, making his third skill the same as Bernard. But a lot of people like Bernard's base. Bernard's kind of tanky, so he can take some hits. That's why people like Bernard. All right, then we have what else do we have? Wind Trigger Happy. Okay, the Wind Bounty Hunter's third skill. No one uses the Wind Bounty Hunter, but his third skill, instead of doing an AoE that hits 4 times, now we're going to attack random enemies 4 times, which means each hit is going to actually do more. So, also, we recover your turn when the enemy is defeated. Changes to increase the allied attack bar by 25% after the attack. What I think no one is seeing, which I noticed, is I think this guy's going to be really good for the Water Rift Beast. Because it's not going to be random now, right? When you're only attacking one enemy, it's just that one enemy. And then when you, after the attack, you increase the allies' attack bar by 25%, which is really good against the Water Rift Beast because you're going to take that the blue gauge off more. So I think the Wind Bounty Hunter is going to be definitely an improvement for, because before it was just Bernard, you need Bernard for the Water Rift Beast. Now you're going to be able to use the Wind Bounty Hunter as well. What's his name, Roger? Yeah. Is it? It might be. Okay. So that's going to be a curious one. I mean, if you build him for like speed, crit damage, attack, that might be a really good monster to stick in your Water Rift Beast team and get pretty decent skill because he's not that bad. Not that well. We'll see what the damage is. Before I say not that bad, we'll see what the damage is. It could be really nice damage. So that's another one that looks like you're like, whatever, I don't care about the Wind Bounty Hunter. That one actually might be pretty good. The Dark One Ready to Charge, skill cooldown, so that's just the cleanse and the attack power buff. That's nice, skill cooldown decrease. Water Monkey King, All or Nothing, that's his second skill, the AoE attack gauge decrease of like 30%, I think. Just damage increase, I'm not too excited about it. It is what it is. Then we have some buffs to the Sylphs. So Tyrant and Shimite and all them nonsenses. Increased damage. It's alright. I'm not excited about it. The Hailstorm, Tyrant's third skill gets increased damage, but we weren't using that for increased damage anyway. We were using that for crowd control, so I'm not really excited about that. Increased damage, oh my god. Then we have the light one, Double Cyclone, just extra crowd control. Just little buffs, nothing crazy. These Pioneers got some big buffs though. So we got 5% more chance to sleep the enemy on the first skill for all the Pioneers. The Water and Light Mountain's power is now he doesn't have... Now it's not like, well, how do I ruin him? And it's based on how you want to... If you want him to do big damage, because his second skill used to do big damage. Now his damage is going to be increased instead of just based on his attack power and his lost HP. It's going to be based on just HP, it looks like. And it's going to recover HP of all allies by the amount that's proportionate to your max HP. So now he's more straightforward, like that he's speed, HP. He's supposed to be like Chloe. And yeah. And another thing, the Wish of Immortality skill cooldown as well increased. Well, decreased, I mean. Which is nice, because he was a little bit too close. From what I understand, the people that were complaining about him, they were like, he's too close to Chloe, he's a Nat 5, he should be significantly better. So now, he's still ruined the same as Chloe, but instead of the option of making him an attacker, a fast attacker, now he's just a fast, tanky monster. He's speed, HP all the way. You're going to heal based on... He's got a heal too, which just makes him even more annoying. But he's going to be... There's a noticeable increase in the difference between him and Chloe. Which is nice for all those Nat 5 owners that don't want to have a Nat 5 that's so close to a Nat 4. Right? Then we have the Light Heavenly Protection. This used to... For the Light Pioneer, which no one has. Revives dead allies with 30% HP. So this didn't used to revive. This used to just put soul protection on everyone. Now it revives everyone. Which is nice. Nice to see them buffing these light and dark Nat 5s. I think they need to do it a little bit more, though. In general, I think they need to buff some of the light and dark Nat 5s a little bit more. And then this steals one beneficial effect from the enemies. Now all beneficial effects on all enemies. I think that should have been that from the beginning, though. That should have been that from the beginning. Then we have some AI improvements. And then we have... just like some of these skill description improvements is just showing you, like Lucian and the other Jokers, it's just showing you the different debuffs that they can do. Instead of saying random debuffs, it's showing the actual debuffs that they do with that skill in the skill description. But then the skill effects of some monsters have been improved. I think that's just the skill motion speed has been improved for the jack-o'-lanterns. I think that's just they notice people are wanting to do speed runs with the jack-o'-lanterns, and they're complaining about the animations taking too long. I think they just upped the animation speed. I think that's what they're talking about there. And then these are just fixing bugs, basically. Fixing AI and fixing bugs. And then the jack-o'-lanterns, I think the animations are going to be improved as well. So yeah, what am I excited? I mean, I'm excited about a few of these. So, Water Desert Queen got a huge buff. Wind Fairy King got a very sizable buff. The other ones are not as big changes, I think. The Drunken Masters, I really want to see how much damage they do with Ignore Defense. Barbarous Kings are going to be... they're not like, oh my god. They're definitely changed quite a bit, but... They're different monsters now, but I think they still have the same general value as they used to. The Wind Bounty Hunter, I'm curious to see him in the Water Rift Beast. And then the Pioneers definitely got buffed. So if you got a Pioneer, if you got... And then the Revenges on the Chimera and the Dragon Knight. So there's some nice buffs in here. What do you guys think about the buffs? Let me know in the comments section below. Again, sorry about the crappy quality. This is the best I could do with 2 iPads. One iPad recording the other one. I wanted to make sure I got a video out for you guys, so let me know what you think about the monster skill improvements, and I will see you as always in the next damn video.